friends! I'm Heather. Welcome back to Belle's Library. Today we are going to be doing my mid-month wrap-up. I've got 7 books to share with you guys that I have finished so far this month. I've got like a million more that I need to try to finish by the end of the month. I did this last month and I'm just kind of enjoying it, but we're going to go from least favorite book of the month to my most favorite, at least so far. Got the first couple weeks here. Before getting into all of that business though, click subscribe down below, and if you want to check out my Goodreads and Instagram links below, they are there as well for you guys. You can also hit the thumbs up button if you feel like it while you're down there. So, let's start with the first book. That's going to be The Mermaid, the Witch, and the Sea by Maggie Tokuda Hall. I think this came out, I don't know, maybe like 6 months ago or something. But this book, I ended up giving 3 stars. It was just kind of okay. I feel like in this book, the author was just trying to do so much, and it's a standalone book, so it was in one book, and it felt like too many things. Too many things trying to get crammed in, and nothing fully fleshed out. So our main character, she works on this ship, and she's one of the crew members, but the ship is basically like an enslaving ship. They go out to sea, and then they go, oh, actually, you're not going where you think you're going. We're going to go sell you off to be slaves. And so she works with them, and then she meets this other woman who is supposed to be getting wed off to this other guy, and she has to go on this big long boat ride to get there, and they become friends, and they also are trying to save a mermaid, and I think that's how it's kind of explained. It is broken into like 3 different parts, so the mermaid is part 1, and you kind of meet. And I did appreciate that the author kind of started the book with a setting that is more isolated. So we're on the ship, we meet our mermaid and our main characters, and kind of get to build their relationship and get to know them a little bit. But it was kind of a little bit like, okay. And then we move into the witch, which I really enjoyed. The witch, actually. Wish I would have seen more of her character, and she like would try to teach our main character different things, but in this like weird way where she would like tell a story and she'd be like, hey, well, do you get it? Like, can you figure this out? And it was kind of weird and confusing, but I don't know, I liked her. But we're on land, and so there was a little more plot happening because I feel like there was more space to have plot, I guess. So, you know, it was a little more interesting, but still, like, there's a lot of things trying to happen, and it just, not enough page. And then we moved into the sea, and the sea being kind of its own person in a way. And, I don't know, the mermaids were very unique and different, and it just, I don't know, it was okay. Didn't really feel like there was any danger or high stakes, even though I feel like there should have been. It just didn't quite hit the way I wanted it. And then we moved into Daughter of the Burning City by Amanda Foody, and this one I also gave 3 stars. I really enjoyed the circus freak show piece of this. We're basically following this freak show and this illusionist, Serena, and she actually makes these people that are part of the freak show, and they're like real people, and once she makes them, they kind of have their own personality, and you know, you can't really tell that they're not real. And they become like her family, and I really enjoyed the characterization of each of these people. I enjoyed how they each had their own unique personalities and ambitions and different stuff like that. And we're basically following Serena. Somebody starts killing these people that are in her freak show, and they shouldn't be able to kill them because they are illusions, and she's like, what is happening? And so she teams up with this other character who has his own act, and with his magic, he can't die. And so they team up, and they're trying to interview different people and figure out what's happening. I enjoyed the circus aspect and some of the different like magic going on there. I enjoyed the characters. I never felt invested in anything. I didn't feel, again, that like high stakes feeling, like if something went bad, like it was just, okay, cool. I don't know. There was no feeling. There's no extra, like, yeah, okay. It just, I don't know, again, just kind of average. I wanted more going on. I don't know. That's what I got for those 2. Sorry, that's not giving you a ton there. So next couple books I gave 4 stars, and that is going to be Dear America, Voyage on the Great Titanic. And this is by Ellen Emerson. And these little Dear America books are just so stinking cute and fun. I used to read these when I was a kid, and I was like, I found one at Goodwill, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to pick this up. Like, how fun. These were so great. I remember reading the Titanic one when I was a kid. So basically what we're doing is we're following this young girl, and she's keeping a diary, and we're reading her diary as she voyages on the Titanic. And it's maiden voyage that obviously becomes its only voyage. And it's really cool because you get to kind of have this story in such a unique way in which you are, you know, interested in the story because it's coming from a fictional place, but we're talking about something that is non-fictional. And so you kind of are learning about the Titanic and what happened on the Titanic and what it looked like. And so there's a lot of that kind of worked in there as well as a fun historical element. And at the end here, there's also like pictures and facts and stuff about the Titanic as well. So you get to learn a little more factual information a little bit at the end. So I don't know, these are just great books, I feel like, for kids, but like I had a fun time rereading it, just kind of bringing myself back to that childhood fun. So next we have my other 4-star, which is Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne. This was so close to being a 5-star. I really enjoy Sally Thorne's books so far that I've read. I didn't read her second one, but I'm not sure that I will because not a lot of people have liked that one, so we'll just move forward. I really liked The Hating Game, and I really liked this one. So we are following Ruthie in this one, as well as Teddy. And Ruthie, she runs this retirement village, and it's kind of become her life. She lives on site, and she helps the residents, as well as runs the front desk and everything like that. And maybe it's become a little bit too much of her life, because she also wears cardigans and her glasses on a chain. So she's kind of 25 going on 125, and kind of needs to, you know, bring it back to being a young adult. So enter Teddy, and Teddy is the owner's son, and he's run out of couches to crash on. And so the owner says, you're gonna crash here, because there's an extra half of this duplex, and you're gonna have a job here, and this is what we're gonna do because you need to figure your shit out. He ends up getting a job as a personal assistant to these 2 sisters who live there, and they like to have their personal assistants do all kinds of weird shenanigans, and most of them only last a couple days, but that's what Teddy's tasked with. And the 2 of them kind of become friends, and, you know, he's definitely kind of the more bad boy type. He's got tattoos all over him, he's a tattoo artist, and she's definitely the more reserved square, for lack of better words. But, you know, they become friends, and maybe a little bit more. Also, we have a temp who is helping Ruthie in the office, and she's kind of helping her get on the market. She's like, do not go after that. That is way not where you need to be. And we're going to help you, like, get on the internet. We're going to get you some dates, and we're going to get you a little younger. And I really enjoyed the fact that there was a really sweet romance, or not romance, but friendship building as well. So yeah, this was very cute, and I really enjoyed it, and that one's a 4-star for me. So moving into my last 3 books, which were all 5 stars. So we have Snow, Glass, Apples by Neil Gaiman and Colleen Doran. And I thought this was a really fun graphic novel. It is a twist on the Snow White retelling, but in which the queen is maybe not so evil, and maybe, you know, Snow White is. And I think the art in here is stunning. It is gorgeous, beautiful wonderfulness. I'll show you some in just a moment. But yes, I loved the art style of this. It was beautiful, but also the story was just kind of different and unique. And I was like, but I feel like I kept thinking, like, but the queen's evil. And so then I would be like questioning what she was saying, and I was like, but really, like, maybe she's just trying to twist this, and she's evil, right? She's evil? I will say that this graphic novel is definitely very adult, so go into that knowing that there are some scenes in here that are a little more gory, as well as some more sexual type scenes, and they're a little bit more graphic than a they are a little bit more graphic than a YA would be. So definitely going to be more adult. So here is some of the art that is in here. It is just beautiful. Like, the flow of it is just unique and different, but it really kind of goes with how you're telling the story. I kept thinking throughout, I'm like, how did they like write this, but then also draw this together and make this work this way? Oh, I just loved it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I did not enjoy my first book by Neil Gaiman, but maybe his graphic novels are what I need to be going for. So then, this one totally took me by surprise. I was expecting to maybe like this a little bit, but not as much as I did. It was just like deliciousness, and I totally loved it. Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. So good. So we're following Alosa, and she is the daughter of the Pirate King, if you hadn't figured that out. And basically, she runs her own ship, and her father tasks her with getting captured by this other ship so she can find a treasure map. And they're trying to infiltrate a little bit here. But oh my gosh, the like first meet on the ship, they got some chemistry happening. So this is definitely kind of a fantasy romance going on. I picked it up because I was like, let's read some piratey books. I feel like that's perfect for the summer. But yeah, I loved the pirate elements in here, and some of the fantastical pieces there, but also the romance. So stinking cute. So they totally have this hate to love kind of banter going on, in which they both are just witty, and they just kind of push each other's buttons in a certain way, but they both kind of like that they're pushing each other's buttons, and I just thought they were so cute. Alosa is very like strong, independent woman. She's like, I can handle all of this, and you are not going to break me. And there's definitely some other like interesting tidbits in here. The captain on the ship is definitely an interesting character that makes it a little hard, and you really don't like him. And he's a tricky little guy. But yeah, totally like enveloped into this one, and I flew through it, and it was everything that I wanted it to be, and more. To be quite honest, I didn't think I would enjoy it quite as much as I did. And the last book I literally finished like an hour before filming this, and that is Take a Hint, Dani Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is the favorite so far of the month that I've read, and oh my gosh, did I enjoy this one. I enjoyed Chloe Brown quite a bit, but I only gave it 4 stars. Dani Brown, by far, loved it way more. Oh my gosh. Loved it. Gosh, this book was just too stinking cute. So we're following Dani, and basically she gets stuck in this elevator, and the security guard goes in and saves her, and he's carrying her out like in his arms, and this video goes viral of him carrying her out of the building. And he has a charity that he's been working on, and he's like, hey, so this viral video could really help out my charity, and would you mind fake dating me for a little while? And you know, they have been friends for a little while because they both work in the same building, so they decide to fake date, and then they just fall in love, and it is super sweet and adorable. They both have their own kind of inner issues. Zaf, he's struggling with anxiety, and Dani really struggles with being emotionally intimate with people and having a relationship. And so she's like, it's just a fake girlfriend thing, like it's not going to go any farther than that, and she really tries to put up these walls and boundaries. So we do get to see a little bit of the other Brown sisters. Each of the Brown sisters has a book in this trilogy. So Eve Brown is the last book. I haven't gotten to that one yet. Oh train. But yeah, I really enjoyed this romance. 5 stars. It had me swooning through, like, we literally were like 25-30% into this book, and I was just like instantly like, my tummy's got little butterflies, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so cute, and the whole thing through, and I just like could not put this book down. My husband was like, can you stop reading? And I was like, No, I cannot. I read like multiple times throughout the day. I'd be like, oh, I have 5 minutes. Let me get on my phone. Let me finish this. So yeah, I was like, I have to finish this before I make this video because it's just so cute and I just want to talk about it. So adorable. Will say though, steamy. If you don't want a steamy type book, this book gets pretty steamy. So just so you know, if you do like a steamy book, pick this one up for sure. But yeah, those are the 7 books that I've read so far this month. So check those out for yourself if they sound interesting. And I will talk to you guys super soon. Bye guys!